Hey everyone, it's Matt at Renaissance, and an update. This is episode 3, the third week of the Perry project, and these are the cabinets with the face frames on them. This is the kitchen sink, the end cabinet, and the island that I showed you last week didn't have any face frames on it. We've got the dishwasher here, and what I did is made a couple changes on the kitchen sink face frame. These areas here are going to be like a recessed panel with a molding around it, the cabinet doors, and then panel at the other end. And then where the dishwasher goes, I've made these little columns here so I can stop the furniture front with a square cut. Just butt it into the column. As you can see, there's a reveal. Same thing over on this side. Generally what happens when you run a false front across the toe kick, either it's a furniture style or a solid baseboard, when you return it at the dishwasher, unless you don't go across the dishwasher and make a panel, you have to stop the baseboard or furniture front with a miter, and it looks sort of weird. So I thought I'd make these little columns, bring the dishwasher out an inch, and then butt the baseboard into the, just butt it into the end of this, and it just makes it a lot nicer finish. We've got the 3 drawers here. We've been working on our drawer fronts. I'm making them. I was going to have somebody make them for me, but evidently the cabinet door guy that I use, his schedule is all messed up, and he's behind schedule on other jobs that he's doing, so he would put me farther out on my job than what I really want to be. So what I've decided to do, instead of making an overlaid door, which I originally bid on the job, I'm going to make an inset door and drawer front. And this is more of a custom fit. It fits inside the face frame. As you can see, there's your face frame. And instead of the door going on the outside of the frame, which normally if you look at your cabinets, you'll have a door on the outside like this. Well, these fit inside. And you have to fit them just right, or you'll have problems opening and closing them. And a lot of guys don't like to do these because of that very reason. If I do an overlay door, it has a 1/2 inch overlay all the way around. Anybody can make that door, anybody can put that door on, and you won't see a thing. If the cabinet's out of whack, you won't notice it with the overlay door or drawer. So you have to build these pretty square, and so you have to spend a lot more time doing that, checking it, and you have to fit the door and drawer front. You have to have an equal space. I have a little bit of a gap on this side because I'm supporting the front so it doesn't fall out by itself, but you'd have an even margin all the way around, and that's what I'll be doing. These will have a panel inside with a 2 or 3 piece molding that goes around it. I figure with all the door and drawer fronts that I'm doing, all the moldings that are going to be on it, there's going to be like close to 400 pieces, like 384 pieces of moldings to put on the door and drawer fronts, and that's a lot of moldings. But it's going to look good when it's done. Above this is the microwave cabinet. Microwave will go here. This cabinet will be raised up, of course. There'll be a pair of doors on here. Cabinet to the right with storage. It'll have an end panel. And we're going to put the face frames on these next. And then this is the hutch that I was talking about last week. We got built, and the face frames on the bottom. Those are the drawer sizes. 2 big ones, 2 small ones. The big drawer fronts will have a spacer in the middle for extra strength. These drawers are about 44 inches wide, and I think about 22 inches deep. So they're big and they're heavy. So we've got an extra heavy-duty undermount drawer glide that we're using on these. And the undermounts, you won't be able to see the drawer glides on the side of the drawers. You'll just see the wood because the drawer glides are underneath the drawer. It's pretty cool. I've never used them before, and the company's actually that sells them to me is coming down, and they're sending one of their reps by to show me how they work. So I'll have a little bit of a learning curve with this. Those are the upper cabinets on top of the hutch. We'll build a face frame for that, and they'll have 2 doors on them for storage, and that's taking the place of a like a storage closet that's in the dining room, and the owner wanted to know what he could do with it. And I thought, why don't we just take the shelves out and the bifold doors off and build a hutch in there. It'll be a built-in hutch, and it'll add to the elegance, or I guess ambiance, of the dining room. It'll look like a piece of furniture. The object of this remodel for this homeowner, he wants to sell his house, and so we're going in and try to spice it up a little bit. The kitchen's about 50 years old, and we're trying to give it a facelift, a Renaissance facelift. So, and then these are the upper cabinets you already saw, except for the one in the middle. We got the face frame built for the one over the sink, and these are glued up wood, solid wood panels that are going to go inside on each side over the sink. And then that's the upper to the right. We'll be starting to work on those doors, probably for the upper cabinets, and some on the base cabinets, probably in the next couple of days. We're going to get all the drawer fronts done first, get the drawers built, because those are more time consuming. So until next time, until episode 4, which will be the 4th week into the project, we'll be working on the refrigerator cabinet, finishing up the hutch, and working on the cabinet doors. And then after that should be final sanding, getting the crown molding made up, and the furniture fronts for the bottoms, and then we'll be ready to stain, glaze, and lacquer. And they'll be ready for delivery. So until next week, we'll talk to you later.